Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend and welcome back to Star Wars Outlaws. And hey, check me out. I finally got maximum reputation with the Pike Cartel, and this was their reward. The Imperial Disguise set. Now, don't get too excited, it's not an actual Imperial disguise, no stormtroopers are going to be saluting you thinking you're an ISB officer or anything, but it does come with a bunch of very, very useful stats that aid when infiltrating Imperial facilities. For example, the very cool looking jacket, although Kay's really going to have to start tucking her shirt in if she thinks she's going to pass herself off as an Imperial officer, increases the rate at which adrenaline builds up on scoring hits with the blaster, and also increases the damage from the blaster's power module option. Notice the full set abilities. Increases your ability to avoid detection by Imperials and lose your wanted levels faster. The belt restores health for each enemy killed during adrenaline rush and increases the power module's heat capacity. And the boots increase your accuracy while shooting from the hip or while on the run, and after an adrenaline rush automatically supercools the blaster. And also for reaching maximum rep with the pikes, Nyx gets this very cute little Imperial chest box as a Nyx accessory. It doesn't do anything, it just looks cool. So this whole set is built around stealth while in an Imperial facility, and increased firepower when you inevitably get busted in an Imperial facility. Which is going to come in handy, considering where I'm going next. We're off to shut down Project Viper, the probe droid upgrade project that Gedeek was working on for the Empire. But first, well, it wouldn't be a Ubisoft game if there wasn't something going wrong somewhere. Not a restricted area, not a suspect, wasn't doing anything wrong. Oh, Ubisoft. Still, at least we can put the old Pike Imperial Disguise set to the test and see just exactly how quickly we can use that wanted level. And top left corner of the screen, by the way, in case you were wondering. There you go.
All good now.
That was pretty quick. Right, anyway, we need to meet up with Gedeek and his friends. They're going to be rebels, aren't they?
Reliable, huh? Where is everyone?
Crashed A-Wing. Yeah, it's rebels. Oh, great. They're going to try to fill my head with rebel propaganda, aren't they? Empire bad. Rebels good. You should join the rebels. Fight the Empire. Fuck off. How much do you pay? So what's going on here?
Oh, someone had a rough landing.
Gedeek, I just got ambushed by the Empire.
On the wall, here. Let me make a call. Thanks,
What? Gedeek!
Nyx, get to cover.
Seriously? It brought more.
Yeah, I think now would be a really good time to use that adrenaline rush. So, there's a lot of them, but they don't appear to be elites.
Rebels? What is Gedeek thinking?
You know, despite the fact that I am using the ion module for the blaster pistol, which is specifically designed for taking down droids and mechanicals, this thing is not easy. I'm going to get adrenaline rush up again soon. And of course, kills scored during adrenaline rush with this equipment set will manage my health. And yeah, it's rebels.
Are you alright?
Seriously, Gedeek? You're the last person I expected to work with the rebels.
Good thing he does. Otherwise, you'd be dead. The Viper droids are getting more aggressive. We need to launch our assault.
Assault?
You're going to infiltrate the base, while my team blows open a path to extract the asset.
Sounds fun. Except last time I worked with rebels, I got a death mark. Save the galaxy yourself. I'm walking.
Told you we couldn't count on her.
Kay, please. The only way this works is with you and the rebels.
I agreed to help clean up your mess, not get in the middle of someone else's war.
This is everyone's war.
There it is.
Forget the rebels, Kay. A lot of people are going to get hurt because of what I did. You want the droidsmith? This is the deal.
Alright, fair enough. Those are terms I can get behind.
I gotta go. Don't leave me hanging here.
Sure. Don't know about your new friends, though.
You better be serious about that escape path.
I don't know how things work in the underworld, but we don't leave our people behind.
You have no idea who gets left behind.
Kay's, how can I put this, antipathy towards the rebels.
The base is down a canyon to your west. If you keep heading that way, you should eventually find it.
Got it. Be there soon.
I mean, on the one hand, it is understandable, because the first time she worked with the rebels, although at the time she didn't know they were rebels, she did end up with a death mark from the Zerek Besh cartel. However, and this is where Kay's selective memory starts to come in, it wasn't entirely the rebels' fault. I mean, they'd achieved their objective, they were on the way out of Slero's place, they were taking Kay with them until she decided to pull a blaster on them and start renegotiating the terms of the contract, so she kind of got exactly what she deserved.
Kay, I have a personal question.
Oh, alright, sure.
What is the significance of the casino chip you carry? My assumption is you don't intend to gamble with it.
Oh, it's the last thing my mother left me when I was a kid.
A token?
A reminder. At the end of the day, it's just me and Nix.
I see. That was all.
Yeah, okay?
Yeah, whenever Kay keeps bringing up the subject of how she can't trust the rebels because they screwed her over, she does tend to leave that part out. Anyway, Mount Salasa, Imperial Research and Manufacturing Facility. You can see why we needed the Hydro Repulsor module for the speeder, because we wouldn't have been able to get here otherwise. Unsurprisingly, this is of course a restricted area. Our objective is to infiltrate the facility and do not raise the alarm. It looks like that vent is powered by this capacitor. Yep. Now we can get through. So, do not raise the alarm doesn't mean I'm not allowed to get spotted. I can get spotted as long as whoever spots me doesn't get to raise an alarm.
Someone nearby?
Nix isn't seeing anybody. At least nobody immediately in the vicinity. I mean, there are some yeah, there's a stormtrooper patrol up there, 2 of them, plus an officer. Because I've got all kinds of useful special abilities now, because we're quite a way into the game. Nix can not only disable, he can also trap alarm panels. I just have to find one. It looks like there's one over there. There we go. Nix, don't sabotage that, will you?
Terminal.
Good boy, Nix.
Alright.
Right, so if I do get spotted, although remember with this new Pike reputation set,
See something?
it's a lot easier for me to sneak around Imperial bases. Any other alarm panels, just in case I do get spotted, I don't want them running to trigger an alarm somewhere else.
Get him, Nix.
Go on then, Nix. And let's run over there while he's trying to get Nix off his face. Nice. Right, into the turbo lift. That seems to really trigger some people. Why isn't it just a lift? Why does it have to be a turbo lift? I don't know, it's Star Wars. Same reason we have turbo lasers. It sounds cool. People tie themselves in knots trying to rationalise and make sense of all the shit that they hear in science fiction. It's even worse in Star Trek. But the reason why things are called certain things in these franchises is because it sounds cool. I mean, turbo lasers aren't even lasers. You can track the motion of a turbo laser beam with the naked eye. It's clearly not travelling at the speed of light, So it's not a laser. Best guess, all of the laser weapons in Star Wars are actually plasma weapons. I mean, the majority of them are called blasters, not lasers. But there are certain weapons that are called, like turbo lasers and Star Destroyers, or the quad laser batteries on the Millennium Falcon. They're obviously not lasers, they're just... George Lucas wasn't a physicist, was he? He wasn't trying to... you know, he wasn't writing The Expanse here. It was fantasy, loosely clothed as science fiction. How am I getting over that?
Think you can hold that open for me?
There's a shutter down there. I need to shut these fans off somehow, or I'm never going to make that jump. There is a shutter down there that Nix could open. But I'm just not... I'm not seeing how opening a vent is going to turn these fans off. Unless I'm... Can I get over here? I mean, I can get over here, but does it go anywhere? Nope. Oh, this is a mystery.
Nix,
Go
hold
on
this
then,
for me,
Nix.
okay?
I mean, I don't know what good it's going to do, but you go and open that shutter. I'll see if there's anything through there that I can blast. I've got the ion module up. This might be it, actually. This might shut the fans down. Yep, that's it. Yep. I don't know if it's going to keep them shut down, so I'll probably better move. Can I even make that jump? I'm going to have to get a run at it. Yes, I can. Okay. But yeah, there's a world of difference between a science fiction series like Star Wars or even Star Trek and some hard science fiction like The Expanse, where everything does make sense. I'm pretty sure the last thing on George Lucas or Gene Roddenberry's minds when they were writing their thing was, does this stand up to rigorous scientific scrutiny?
I'm in.
Okay. Follow the tunnel. It'll lead you to the listening post where the base defense grid is. We need to shut it down before the attack.
Star Wars has space wizards with magic swords in it, for God's sake. I mean, just shut up and enjoy the flashing lights and explosions. You're not supposed to overanalyze it. And yet people will. Although, I mean, you know, that can be fun. Have you ever heard of Curtis Saxton's technical commentaries? This guy was an astrophysicist. I think he actually worked for NASA. And he spent way too much time analysing the physics of everything that you see in Star Wars. He came up with some remarkable conclusions. From one scene in The Empire Strikes Back, the asteroid chase, where there's a bunch of Star Destroyers trying to clear a path through an asteroid belt, and from a single shot from a Star Destroyer's turbo laser battery that vaporised an asteroid. Hang on a second.
Nix, attack.
Ooh, crap. No, this is fine, as long as they don't get to raise the alarm. Good boy, Nix. Kept that one busy while I took the other one down. Right. We're good. But yes, from a single blast from a Star Destroyer's turbo laser, and Star Destroyers, like Imperial 2 class Star Destroyers, have something like 24 different heavy turbo laser batteries, and one shot from one of these, which completely vaporized an asteroid. I didn't just blow it into chunks, turned it to vapor. He was able to calculate the minimum power output of a single shot from a Star Destroyer turbo laser. And he was able to do this when he was only able to get a rough estimate of the size of the asteroid. So he went for the lower end of the scale, just to be conservative, but he could get a fairly good idea of the mass of the asteroid, or the lowest possible mass of the asteroid, because there are all kinds of different asteroids. There are asteroids made of ice, asteroids made of rock, asteroids made of metals, and because of the asteroid's albedo, the amount of light that it reflected, he was able to tell that it was a nickel-iron asteroid. And from that, he was able to get the lower end estimate of the possible mass of the asteroid. I mean, it could have been higher, but again, he was erring on the side of conservatism. Go on, Nix, you go and trap that alarm panel.
Wreck that terminal, Nix.
And when you know the mass of an object, you can calculate the amount of energy required to turn it into vapor.
Okay, then.
As a result of which, he was able to determine that a single shot from a single Star Destroyer turbo laser turret, of which it has multiple, was capable of outputting so much power that it could, with ease, completely blast right through the shields of a Galaxy-class cruiser like the Enterprise D and blow the entire ship apart with one shot. And thus the Star Wars versus Star Trek wars were born. And they've been raging for decades. I think these technical commentaries first went up on the internet in 1995. Something like that. And the arguments have been raging ever since. And it's ridiculous. I mean, if you look at something like the Death Star's super laser, people have been trying to calculate the amount of power that a Death Star super laser would have to push out in order to be able to turn a planet into tiny chunks with a 2-second pulse of energy. And it has been calculated that the Death Star's power output is approximately, in watts, 6.67 times 10 to the power of 26. At least. It could be higher. Just to put this into context for you, that's about double the power output of the sun. And people argue passionately about these numbers, but nobody seems to take into account the fact, because it is a fact, and nobody likes having this pointed out, but it is a fact that the reason the Death Star is able to pump out enough power over 2 or 3 seconds to completely obliterate a planet is not because it draws its power from a transdimensional black hole or hypermatter source or whatever. It's because it looked cool and George Lucas needed it to happen. But, well, you know, people got to argue about something. At least it keeps them off the streets. It's science fantasy. It's not The Expanse. You know, it's not 2001: A Space Odyssey here. Just shut up and enjoy the explosion. Right, it looks like there's a button over there that maybe controls that force field, allowing me to get deeper into the facility. I need to find the base defense grid. The base defense grid. I need to find the thing in order to do the thing. Let's not make this any more complicated than it needs to be. So, Nix, what did that button do? It turned something off. Let's take a look-see. Oh, I've just realised what I was crouching behind. This is a repair bay for an Imperial troop transporter. It looks like
What do you see?
Nix opened that hatch. Oh, Nix, and there's another alarm terminal over there. Nix, go and trap that. I should be able to sneak past here, even though there's a stormtrooper looking right at me. One, I'm wearing, you know, this gear set, and two, the steam from that vent should obscure my view, but it's always just safer to wait for them to turn around and walk off. But yeah, Imperial troop transporters. They're all over the place in Star Wars Outlaws. And the first time I saw one on screen was in The Mandalorian, and I got really excited. Although that wasn't the first time they'd appeared on screen. Apparently they'd already shown up in some of the Clone Wars TV shows.
Why does this part of the base look so different?
It's controlled by the Imperial Security Bureau. Highly restricted. Careful. You don't want to get caught by these guys.
But the reason I got so excited, I hadn't seen one since about 1978. Because they never appeared in any of the movies. They were actually designed by the Kenner Toy Company, who got the license from George Lucas to manufacture Star Wars toys. And it was completely made up by a toy company so that they could sell it to, you know, young Star Wars fans like me when I was 8 years old. My mother bought me one for Christmas, 1978, I think it was, possibly 77, but, you know, I was very, very young, either 7 or 8 years old. And then I never saw one again until it showed up in the final episode of the first season of The Mandalorian. Nix is such a good boy. Right, good job, Nix. So there's a camera cover in that hallway. There's no way I'm getting past that. So there's got to be a way of shutting it down. By the way, have you noticed the camera designs? They're the same as the security cameras in the Imperial cell block on the Death Star where Princess Leia was being held. That's the curious thing about this game. It's this weird combination of both great and at the same time terrible attention to detail. Sending Nix off to trap another alarm panel just in case this goes bad. Alright, there's one technician in here. It shouldn't be too difficult. And I can probably turn the camera off from here. But what was that? Oh. Transparent steel. Looks like a book. Okay.
What do you see?
Right. So yeah, I mean you can clearly see that leads to the camera. So yep, here we go. Disable the camera.
Okay.
Right, camera's off. Can I go through here? Will this get me past the camera anyway? Kind of looks like it might.
Someone around next?
Doesn't appear to be anybody in here, but there's some goodies. I wonder if that door will open and I could have just walked through here and gotten behind the camera anyway. Yeah, it will. Yeah. Oh well, I mean, two different ways of getting around the camera. Either disable it or disable it and walk around it. Alright. Imperial Security Bureau, huh?
I'm at the listening post, I think.
Alright. Shut down the base defenses, and our friends will have their way in.
Your friends, Gedeek.
Well, at least I'm dressed appropriately. So, we still have the do not raise the alarm restriction.
Someone
Okay.
nearby.
So what do we have in here? I'm seeing 2 ISB officers. Oh, there's another one. Alarm panel. I mean, I can disable it myself, but it's better to have Nick sabotage it. Go on, Nick. Nick. You know what? Fine. Do it myself. Don't want one of these guys turning around and catching me in the act. So here's one. There's at least 2 more.
Bud? I hear you.
Just having a quick look around to see if Nix can do anything sneaky before I move in. Oh, there's at least 3 more. Oh, this is fine. They all very conveniently have their backs turned. Take this one down. I think there's only the one guy up there. But we'll make sure before we make our move. There are some others. Let's grab this stuff over here before we move up. But they seem to be on a different level. And I should be able to take that guy out in the middle without any of those ones down there seeing me. Here we go. Oh, no, that guy down there is going to see me. Nope. Get away, get away. Yeah, I don't know how the guy I was sneaking up on failed to notice that. Game mechanics. Alright, let's wait for that guy to lose interest. Because there could be other... I mean, I had a look around with Nix, but there could be other alarm panels down there that I haven't yet spotted. And this will fail if somebody gets to raise the alarm. I've got the stun shot ready on the blaster just in case. I think I'm going to have to use it. Okay. Yeah, nobody heard nothing. Honestly, the stealth mechanics in this game. I mean, it's not hard, is it? Even without all of the stealth enhancing gear, it's very easy.
All
Go
right,
on, Nix.
Go get him.
Keep him busy. Right. Where does this lead? Open that for me, will you, Nix? I mean, I suspect it's probably just a way of getting from... Whoa, that didn't quite work according to plan. Yeah, that's a force field. I suspect I might be using that later, but it's better to have the vents open just in case I need to exit in a rush. So, I'm guessing this is how we disable the defense grid.
Okay. Ha! It's down.
Alright. I already used my credentials to get inside. You should be able to get to me now.
So who's guessing that force field's going to be disabled now? Yeah, there it is.
I'm almost there. Where are you?
In a maintenance room outside the Viper droid lab. Hurry up before someone notices.
Wasn't a huge fan of the climbing mechanics in this game at first. And that's the game's fault, because during the essentially tutorial, when you're infiltrating Sleero's mansion, the game tells you that in order to jump from one piece of climbing thing to another, Press the C key. Do not press the C key. The C key will have you fall to your death if you don't time it perfectly. Press space instead, where you will only release when you are actually going to reach the target.
Good, you made it. The Alpha droid is just through there.
So what now? We blow it up?
No, I've got a better idea. We're going to reset its protocols, get it working for the rebels. Then, it will flip the rest of the Viper droids.
That thing must have 30,000 protocols. How are you gonna wipe them?
Same way we sliced the slots at the Canto Grande.
You're gonna reprogram a combat droid with your jackpot spike?
I call it the Freedom Spike now. It's got some new features.
Oh, look at you.
This way. I'll follow once it's safe.
Wait, what? You'll follow once it's safe? So, in other words, you want me to go where it's not safe? And make it safe? Well, it's nice to be needed. It's like when I had to infiltrate Fort Sunfire with a vastly more competent bounty hunter, Vale.
Make sure you clear out the lab. We don't want any eyes on us.
Yeah, send me in, you know, the incompetent thief. While the vastly more experienced and competent bounty hunter just kind of loiters around on a cliff overlooking the base, waiting for me to come out with 30 stormtroopers hot on my heels. Yeah, that's a great plan. What could possibly go wrong with that? Oh, somebody actually appears to have noticed Nick's messing around with stuff. What's going on here? I'm still not allowed to raise the alarm. So let's take a look around for other alarm panels. I mean, I'm hiding behind the crate and can't see.
Quietly.
Sending Nix to grab a blaster. I mean, I'm not going to use it. But I don't want anybody else picking it up and using it against me. So, one alarm panel sabotage. What else do we have?
See something?
So there's that guy. Well, woman. Whatever. Person. Imperial. Come on over here and investigate. I'm trying to target it with Nix and get Nix to distract it. It's not working. Oh, there's fast talk. And crap, I didn't have the ion shot. Ah, bollocks. So we've gone loud. This is alright, as long as nobody raises an alarm. So anybody who looks like they're trying to raise an alarm, like the one that I just shot, needs to be taken care of first, because there was an alarm panel behind him. And this is annoying. It's letting me target the guy on the balcony up there, but the shots are just hitting the crate. I'm going to have to move out from cover and get shot in order to take him out. But, well, you know, that's the risk you take.
It's clear.
Anyway, we're clear.
I'm coming in.
So, we deal with this droid, get the syndicates off your back, and then you're good to join the crew, right?
No more surprises. I promise. Typhoon Squadron, we're here.
Copy that. We'll punch open and exit. Just get us that droid.
Need you to pull down that containment field.
I got it.
Well, I don't got it. I mean, I just arrived here. I don't know how to pull down the containment field, do I? It's not like I work here. Oh, that would be it. Oh, I'm going to have to slice it. Okay, fine. So, what have we got? That's one correct. That's one correct, one possible. There we go. Done. Energy barrier disabled. There it is.
Field's down. I think your friends are here.
I'm in the system. Keep those stormtroopers off me.
Well, it's shooty time. Adrenaline rushes up. I mean, there's only 2 of them left. It seems like a bit of a waste, but whatever.
Hey, Indy, I'm gonna need some backup down here. I'm in a hidden Imperial base in a canyon in the jungle. Just look for the explosions, okay?
This is the last time you have one of your contacts.
If I can get adrenaline rush back up while there are still targets for me to shoot. There's only 1 target. Right, fine. We're going to save it because there's probably going to be more. Because, remember, everybody I kill during an adrenaline rush recharges my health. So that's more like it. Yep, back up to almost full health. There's more on the way. I managed to get a shield up. Switch to the ion mode. There's more coming in from the catwalk over on the left. Get a shield down though. Finish it off before he gets it back up. Yeah, good. Adrenaline rush back up. There's only one of them.
I'm here, but I can't get in.
All right, let me get that door open.
Okay, open the door for ND5. This probably means the adrenaline rush is going to decay before I get back into combat. I mean, it decays slower because of the stuff that I'm wearing. But, yeah, it's gone. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Do I have to slice it? No, it just opens. Alright.
Troopers on me.
Well, shoot them then. I mean, you're a commando droid. Do commando stuff. Oh, crap, that's a death trooper. Oh, wait, hang on. No, this is good. I just need to get adrenaline rush up. Come on. Because now I can take down elites like death troopers with adrenaline rush. Just mark him twice. And that'll do it.
We good?
Still in one piece.
ND5. Scaring me a little, buddy.
It's nothing. We should get moving.
Didn't look like nothing.
Gedeek, we're taking a lot of fire here. We need your Viper droid.
Okay. Someone has to hang back with me while I wipe all this data.
I'll do it. Kay, get that Viper droid to the hangar.
Ah, got my own Viper droid escort now. Hang on a minute, weren't the rebels supposed to be clearing a path for us to get out? Why am I having to come and rescue them? Oh man, if you want anything done properly...
The door. Get to the hangar.
Come on, Nix, let's go bail some rebels out. I can't believe we're actually in a situation where Kay is the one who's competent. My, how she's grown.
Huh, not bad, Gedeek. It's working.
Well, they seem to know where they're going, so I guess we'll follow them. Right, they've made short work of the stormtroopers in here. I mean, Viper droids are pretty badass. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I found the rebels. Get out of it, that's my cover. Right, so, objective, help the rebels. Now, I must remember the... Oop, nobody saw that, right? Must remember the Viper droids are on my side, so only shoot the stormtroopers, or the explosive barrels that the stormtroopers are standing next to. Also, I'm testing out the old power module, because with this Pike Reputation set on, the Imperial Disguise set, it does way more, I mean it does a lot of damage to begin with, but apparently it does way more damage with this gear set. Got adrenaline rush up, no shortage of targets. Oh, this is going to be good. Hell yeah. Just going back to the regular, more rapid firing plasma shot from the blaster pistol now. I mean, I like the power module shot, but it's more suited for enemies that have limited room to maneuver. Like they're in a nice, tight, narrow corridor, for example. Or they're moving slowly because they're carrying a heavy weapon. Unless you're a way, way better shot than I am. Not so much use in these kind of situations. How many? Adrenaline rush is up, but I think there's only that one left. He is an elite though, so double mark and gotcha. And yep, that seems to be it.
You ready?
Wiped everything I could find. They won't be using my plans again.
You sure you won't stay?
Our fight is somewhere else.
Yeah, in a rich guy's mansion.
You've got all the firepower you need. Just don't turn your back on him.
The moment you leave, the Empire's gonna throw everything they can at you.
We'll shake them.
If you don't, we never met. The fate of the galaxy could depend on it.
Man, you guys never stop talking, huh?
Yeah, rebels. Right, let's blow this popsicle stand. I've fitted a couple of upgrades to the Trailblazer as well, by the way. I mean, I haven't really been focusing on the space combat because it's a thing that's in the game. It's fun. You don't need to do it to get the game done. Although you'd be advised to, I mean, you're going to pick up Trailblazer upgrades whether you're actively looking for them or not, and get them fitted because you will need it at the end of the game, but on the way there, not so much.
Really are a fully functional excavator. Incredible.
Enemy, maybe you could save the assessment for when we escape the Empire.
Hang on, everyone.
But some of the upgrades that I have fitted to the Trailblazer mean that she is really, really fast.
Initiating hyperdrive.
They're trying to jump.
Not trying to jump.
Punch it.
I am jumping. That jump to light speed animation never gets old. Anyway, recruited Gedeek. And it was hard work. I mean, it wasn't as hard work as recruiting Hoss, who just ended up getting his dumbass killed anyway. But this is actually the first member of the crew. I think there's only one more. And they're here. On Kijimi.
In the clear.
Now, I have been to Kijimi before. I know that Kijimi's run by a fourth crime cartel, the Ashiga clan. But I didn't really investigate Kijimi itself much. I was really only there for a card game. So in store for us, we're going to be exploring Kijimi more, figuring out what's what beyond the various different factions, recruiting the final member of the crew, and unlocking a couple, or at least one more expert. All of that coming up in future episodes. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.